What do I love about Malaysia? First, I love it because it's a multicultural society, just like Singapore and of course the US. Its population is composed of Malays and Chinese and Indians with three major religions: Islam, Buddhism, and Hinduism. Of course, there are Christians too. Because of this, it feels like being in like three countries at the same time. I guess that's why it is. Its tourist slogan is Malaysia, truly Asia. So with this mixture of different cultures, it means they have choices of three different cuisines, Malay, Chinese, and Indian food. In addition, they also have Western food and Middle Eastern food and other Asian foods such as Korean, Japanese, and Thai.
You can tell they respect each other's cultures and religions.
Which is great. Sometimes you will see like the mosque, the Hindu table, and the Buddhist temple. They're right next to each other. Based on my observation, they seem to get along fine. But I read they did have some problems before. Well, maybe a little bit of problems now too, but not too much, not as bad as the US. What else do I love about Malaysia? Second, I guess it's infrastructure. For example, its public transportation is quite good, almost as good as Hong Kong. Its trains, like elevated trains, like monorail, LRT, are quite impressive. Though I have never tried using the bus system in Kuala Lumpur. I did use it in Penang Island, and it's quite easy. And I know that some of these buses are free. Not sure if they're free for foreigners, but at least for Malaysians. As for taking the bus from one city to another, it's quite easy. And the bus terminals they're like airports. It beats Greyhound back in the States. And they got like timetable boards too for the bus departures and arrivals. As for the bus themselves, they are very comfortable, very nice, with an air conditioner. As for the taxi, I've never taken them. I've taken Grab, which is like the Uber of Southeast Asia. Actually, Grab originated from here. Definitely, it is the best. I just love it, and the price is quite reasonable. In addition, you can also order food to Grab. While I was in lockdown in Penang, another city here in Malaysia, I used the Grab Pay to order food. So you can also use this app to pay for stuff, like at a convenience store, some regular stores too. So it's like a WeChat, same thing with WeChat back in China. You could do everything with it. Third, being a foodie, I definitely love to eat different kinds of food. To try new ones too, all the time. So I just mentioned, with this mix of different cultures, you get the best of everything. If I compare Malaysia to China, in China, Chinese food are of course everywhere, and other kinds of food too. but they're all in selected places such as the shopping mall or certain districts. But of course, China is a big country, so even Chinese food are different. There are different kinds of food in different cities. There are still like Sichuan style restaurants, Hangzhou style restaurants, Beijing style restaurants, also of course Hong Kong style restaurants. This different kinds of food, Chinese food, come from like different parts of China. Anyway, sorry to digress, but my point is in Malaysia, Indian restaurants, Chinese restaurants, and Malay restaurants are all over the place. So they have to go to a certain district, you know, and they are right next to each other most of the time. I think for me that's a good thing. The great thing about the restaurants here, they're mostly open air. So it reminds me of the restaurants in Vietnam, which are mostly open air too. Fourth, most Malaysians can speak very good English, so it's very easy to communicate with the people here. Fifth, based on two major cities I've stayed in for a long period of time due to the lockdown because of the COVID-19 coronavirus. I feel the cities here were well planned. Everything seems very easy to navigate. Most of the streets have a pretty spacious sidewalks compared to other Asian cities such as Bangkok and Vietnam, where some streets don't have any sidewalks or narrow sidewalks. Apartments here are quite spacious and I love that. Compare that to an apartment in Hong Kong where it's almost like living in a box. So I really like that. Actually the apartments here, I feel like they're even bigger than the apartments in Los Angeles. So that's why I love Malaysia. I'm sure I will have more reasons why I love this country. If only I could continue to stay here longer, but now I have to go back to Hong Kong. I will still definitely come back here again for a vacation at least. I would even consider living here, like having this as my home base, probably more than Thailand. I feel the infrastructure in Thailand is not as good as here in Malaysia. Anyway, that's about it. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you subscribe, like, and follow me. And I'll tell you more about my experience here in Malaysia, even if I'm in Hong Kong. And definitely I'll talk more about Hong Kong too, and also other parts of Asia where I've stayed and lived in for a while, at least a month or so. So, okay, bye, see ya.
Love me back.